All right, today I'm gonna make some rounds so we can practice with the Grendel, so I can get the kids on it. Yesterday they shot a different rifle, kind of getting used to it and everything and the functions. But to make rounds for the Grendel, I want them to be accurate, and so I'm gonna test out Nosler Varmageddon, the 90 grain round. I've got a box of them here, and shooting them because my other, which these are not cheap bullets either, but my other options are pretty much kind of premium as far as hunting bullets. They're for a purpose. They're not for going out and shooting paper. A lot of those rounds are kind of premium hunting rounds. So trying to find something to practice with, I would probably choose these, either the 90 grain Spear TNT varmints, just because they're some of the more least expensive compared to, your Barnes TSX, or your Nosler ballistic tips, or your Sierra Game Kings, or your Gold Dots. So looking at them, I'm gonna try these and just see if I can get an accurate load for them. I looked on the reload manual, and so I didn't go all the way to the max, but I'm gonna start off at 30 grains. I'm gonna do 30.5 and 31 grains, and just see if a group of those shoot, good enough and tight enough for us to practice with. And then what I'm gonna come back and do, I'm doing these with the Lee die set, the pacesetter dies. I've always had really good performance out of them, and they probably perform better than I can shoot. So I'm gonna take some of this brass. This brass is Starline, it's new. So I'm gonna just do 3-shot groups on these 3 loads, load them to 226 for mag length, and see which ones shoot best. And then if I find a group that shoots the tightest out of these, I'll probably shoot it through a chronograph. And I'm gonna do these with the Lee die set. I've also got a set of Forster dies for the Grendel. And so once I find a load that shoots well with the Lee dies, I'm gonna take that recipe, that load, and I'm gonna shoot it through a chronograph, and I'm gonna come back and load 3 with the Forster dies, and just see if there's any difference. Just see if there's any difference with the performance, or any kind of data points, and we'll see. Experiment. All right, so I shot the first round. I had three different charge weights that I shot. 30 grains of TAC, they're all loaded at mag length, 30.5 and 31 grains of TAC. And so what I did, I weighed all 9 of the cases, and I just put them together. I started off with 31, and I just put them as close as I could to their weight. So 110.1, 110.1, 110.3, 110.3, 110.3, 110.4, and then the 30 grain was 110.4, 110.6, 110.9. So those are the weights of the cases. I tried to group them best I could by their weights. And so the one that shot the smallest group was 30.5 grains, loaded out at mag length. It shot a .87. And these were not bad. I mean, this is probably me shooting. The scope is 1:4 power, and I was shooting, it was probably a little over 100 yards on a 1-inch dot. So now this very well could have been me shooting. So, but this one shot the best. And let's see, the target is right here. So that top one, just ignore it. I was shooting the black dot. So that's what it looks like. And so that middle group is a 30.5. That came out to .87. So what I'm doing from here, I'm going and I'm taking this 30.5 group that shot the smallest group. I'm going to take it, and I made 3 with the Lee dies with the exact same process. Mag length, everything, full length resize. With lead eyes, and then bullet seating with lead eyes. And then these, I use the Forster dies. And so full length resizing and seating with the Forster dies. I did crimp all 6 rounds with the Lee crimping die. I always crimp gas guns. So, but all 6 of them are mag length. The only difference now is the dies. I did keep the brass the same, so the 30.5 charge weights are together there with the Forster dies, and the 30, let's see, can't really see that one. And the 30s are together for the Lees. So you got the 30s and the 30.5s. So we'll see how they shoot. I'm gonna try to shoot them through a chronograph, so it may be a little while before I can do it. But I'm gonna try to shoot them through a chronograph and see how well these group, and then see if the Lee die versus the Forster die, see if that charge weight shoots good in both brands of dies. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so I went ahead and I shot the rounds. And again, what I had done previously, I loaded up 3 charge weights, 30 grains, 30.5 grains, and 31 grains of Ramshot TAC for the 6.5 Grendel, and I used the Lee pacesetter dies. And I just followed their instructions, loaded the rounds. I crimped my ammo on gas guns, so just a very light crimp on those. And so I shot them. 30.5 gave me the best 3-shot group. It was 0.87 inches, which is completely adequate for us, me having the kids shoot paper and getting familiar with the functions and things on the Grendel. So then what I wanted to do, I wanted to find that load. I found a load that shot well. I wanted to compare it and do the same load in the Forster dies. In the Forster, I had the benchrest seating die and I had the full length sizing die. I've had these dies for probably 4 years now, and I've been using the Mech Marksman press. I've been using it for about 4 years as well. So the Lee dies, I've had them for about the same amount of time. So I wanted to see if that same load shot, better with the Forster dies or just as well, just to see, So I repeated the same exact process. I also, on those first loads, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I weighed out my brass, and on the 3-shot groups, I put each 3-shot group with brass that weighed as similar as the others. So the 3 closest ones, I put them in this group, the next 3 closest ones in this group, and so on. So when I went to shoot the second round, the 30.5 charge weights, I did the same thing. I put the brass as close as I could as far as weight, just to give us the best reading. And so what I was shooting at was these 3/4 inch dots. So this is just a 3/4 inch dot, shooting at it at 100 yards. I repeated the same exact process with the Forster dies. Set everything up based on their instructions, and used the 90 grain Varmageddons from Nosler. That's what we shot to begin with. So I repeated everything. I loaded up 3 more with the Lee die set. I loaded up 3 with the Forster die set and shot them. And let's see. All right. So you'll have to ignore some of these because the kids, I let them shoot with their 22. So I held here on the dot, on the 3/4 inch dot, and there's 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. So you can see where the Grendel, that's a 22 shot. So ignore that one. So 1, 2, 3, and it came in at 0.656 inches. And again, that's 30.5 grains of TAC and mag length, so 226. So a very good group right here with the Forster. And remember, the first group I shot with the Lee dies shot 0.87 inches. So this is better. This is 2/10 better than the Lee dies. So that's very good. Now the group I shot with the Lee dies is right here. So I held again, I held here, and ignore these shots. This is with their 22, the kid's shooting. 30.5 grains of TAC, mag length 226. And then there's 3 shots with the lead die set. You have 2 touching here, and you have 1 just right here, and this group came to 0.536 inches. So this is a very good group. Both of these groups, if you're shooting at deer, both of these groups, you know, are definitely gonna achieve your goal. So both of those are really good groups. This one is, you know, a little over 1/10 of an inch tighter than that one. And so I thought that was very interesting, because the first group shot 0.87 inches. This one shot 0.536. So this gun powder bullet combination, the gun likes this. It likes the 30.5 grains of TAC. So the lead dies came out with a smaller group here. Forster dies came out with, you know, a good group as well. But the lead was just a little bit tighter on the 3-shot group. So I did shoot these through a chronograph. Here's the lead pacesetter die set for the Grendel, and the Forster benchrest cedar die, and the full length sizing die. So looking at the numbers when I shot them through the chronograph, that's just where I matched up my brass weights to try to get them as close as possible to each other. Forster 3-shot groups, again, it was 0.656 inches. Velocity averaged was 2671 feet per second. Extreme spread 20 feet per second. Standard deviation was 8. That's the Forster die set. Lead die set, the 3-shot group was 0.536 inches. Average velocity was 2691. Extreme spread was 28. Standard deviation was 12. So you look at the feet per second, and for some reason it averaged 20 more feet per second than the Forster. But the Forster had a lower extreme spread and standard deviation. So you're lower by 8 feet on extreme spread and 4 on standard deviation. So I looked on Midway USA, because it's been 4 or 5 years since I've bought these dies. And I think I'll put a screenshot on this video. I went and checked on the prices, and I went and looked, and I want to say these were near 120. They might have been under 120. I know they're over $100 for this set. So they're around that price range, north of $100, around 120-ish, and these were less than 40. Looking on Midway, if I remember correctly. I'll post a screenshot of this price as well. And so with these, it comes with like an Allen key to work on the lock ring there to tighten it down. And that's all it comes with. You have to buy, if you buy the set, I think it comes with a red box, like this. But you have to buy the set. But these, I bought them separately, but so I could have a set of them for the Grendel, because they didn't have them in a set at that time. They were out of stock for a long time. This, with the lead pacesetter dies, you get, there's load data inside here. That's what this paper is. It also tells you how to use the die. This has instructions in it as well. You have the bullet sitting die. You also have a factory crimp die. I crimp all the ammo I shoot out of gas guns, just a very light crimp, but I do crimp them. It comes with a shell holder, and also comes with a powder dipper. So you have a powder scoop in here as well. And so I want to say this was under $40 when I looked today. And so you have, say, around $40 for this set, 3-die set, around $100, $120 for this 2-die set. And so it's really just how you want to spend your money. You can't go wrong. And again, this is with my average shooting ability and capabilities. If you take this same rifle and bullet powder combination and you put it in the hands of like a competition shooter or a tournament shooter, these numbers are probably going to look even better. They're probably neck and neck here, even though the lead came out, you know, 1/10 of an inch smaller on the 3-shot group. I mean, that's neck and neck. So really, you know, these numbers are so similar. You can't go wrong with either one of them. It's just really how you want to spend your money. These are close to 120. This is around 40. So they're both good. And the good thing is we live in the United States to where you can, you know, get whichever one you want to. You're not limited. So if you want to get the Lees and roll with Team Lee, you can roll with Team Lee. You can be Team Forster, you can be Team Forster and roll with them. I like both of them. I think they both make quality products. The Nosler Varmageddons, they shot very well out of the Grendel. So it would be neat to see what they do on a coyote or some other type of game. But for right now, the kids will be using them just to get more familiar with the functions on the AR-15 platform with the Grendel, and so they can kind of build a little more confidence in it. So they'll be punching paper with these, but I thought it was interesting. Same load, 2 different die sets, very similar results. The main difference is, you know, the price point on these, and at the end of the day, it's whatever you have confidence in. And if you have confidence in, you know, these dies, and you've got that confidence gained through experience through these dies, it's hard to put a value on that. Same thing with these. If you've got confidence gained through experience in these dies, it's hard to, you know, put a value on that confidence gained through life experiences. So whichever one, you can't go wrong with them. I like both of them. I think they're great. So you get either one of them, they'll do wonderful. I thought these numbers were interesting. And again, all this, you know, shooting was at 100 yards. And so off of a rest, I had everything propped up on the table. And so steady as I could be. So I'm very pleased with the results. So have a good day.